Hey everyone and welcome back. Deftspider here again. We're returning to one of our favorite games, the one that we started the channel with, The Infected. So we've been waiting a few months on updates. The devs been working on some major overhauls, a new map, changing graphics, changing AI, just tons and tons of additions. And he wanted to hold off a little bit longer, but the community's been yelling at him, hey, come on, let us get something. We want some more content. We want to play more. And he's delivered. So he went ahead and broke stuff apart, broke it down into a couple more layers, and got some stuff out for us as of today of March 2nd. So version 12 beta branch update is now live. So if you want to get to the beta branch, all you have to do is go into your Steam, right click on the game, go into your properties, and then tell it to you hit the drop down menu, select beta branch, and it will then download the beta branch and allow you to play on that. And with that, we'll jump in that. The instructions are also listed in the Steam forums right here on the actual page itself. So with that, let's jump into the notes. Let's check out some of the new updates, see what's going on, and then we're going to start our brand new version 12 series. It will not be this video, that's episode 1. Episode 1 will come after this one. This one's just to cover the new update and the changes. And like I said, there are massive changes even on this update, which he's calling small. So we have a lot to look forward to this year for this game. Alright, so let's get started. So hey everyone, we know you've been excited for updates coming in 2022 since the Trello roadmap was published. If anybody doesn't know, the Trello board is listed on the Discord. If you go there, you can get to the link of it. And from there, it'll show you all the upcoming things, all the things that are in work, things that are ideas still that may or may not happen, and things that were ideas that have been removed that will not be happening. Alright, so from there, while we originally aimed for a release in 3 to 6 months, we were able to split some things up so that new content can be released sooner. Version 12 is now available to playtest on the beta branch for those wanting to try out the additions before patch is released. We are currently missing some translations. This beta branch build is in English only at this time. That means any new content will not be translated. He will get that translated on the full release, guys, but for right now, like he said, it's going to be in English, alright? From there, he goes over how to actually do it. So to access it, right-click the game in your Steam library, hit Properties. There you will find a Betas tab. Select Beta and launch your game as usual. I do have a short video on that if y'all need help, by the way, if you want to see exactly what he's talking about. It's in the playlist under the Infected tutorial. And I think it's also on a separate playlist for computer issues. Because we don't expect this beta branch to last too long, we will not be posting a beta-specific channel for feedback. Despite that, please specify for bugs, feedback, etc. if you are playing the beta or the live game. Also be sure to post in the relevant subforums, as our mod team will be removing/moving posts that are incorrect as always. Note, a new game restart will be required. I'm going to repeat that for the guys in the back. You will need to start a new game. Alright, hope you enjoy your time on the beta branch. Feel free to come visit us in Discord and have a great day. I'll get the Discord link up here, so give me just a second. Alright, so we're going to keep on moving. Alright, new map. That's the big thing. We've all been wanting a new map, something to play on. He's done one map release already. Now we're getting another one. Here are some of the main features of the new map. More details will be shared in the relevant sections further in this post. Completely new environment. A set of lakes that spawn fish. See fish icon. No other lakes will have fish. We still have the swamp that contains crocodiles. New rocky/sand biomes. New caves that will allow for ore extraction, coal, mushrooms, and lead. Specific animals will now spawn in specific locations. A zoomable map, great when looting villages so you can zoom in and get more detail. There are now 7 towns and 14 tech blueprints, so we have to find even more blueprints now. Alright, so here's a quick picture of the map. It's a little bit rough because I've got the webpage blown up. But as you can see, it should be a little bit larger. And we've got tons of new areas to explore where things and populations are more and less dense. I can already see kind of where I'm probably going to want to build. I like to build in the center, so then there's a fish icon there, so that's looking pretty good. All right, let's keep. Okay, so yeah, it's a complete renovation to the map because the swamps moved also. All right, anyways, we'll get to that as we play the game. Let's keep on going through the notes. Mineral extractor changes. Mineral extractors have to now be placed in caves to extract cobalt, aluminum, and copper. If they're placed anywhere outside of caves, iron ore and fragments are extracted. Players will need to figure out which caves extract what ores, but note that a cave will only extract one ore type. So exploration will yield the source of cobalt, aluminum, and copper in the caves. Once again, iron can be extracted if an extractor is placed anywhere outside of the caves. Also note that these extractors will no longer extract coal. Coal can now be acquired by breaking coal nodes in caves. Each destroyed coal node will yield 3 coal. And then he's just got a quick screenshot of that here. Alright, so to cover more depth on that really quick for any new players that are coming, or maybe players returning that haven't played in a while, pretty much we're going to have to explore the caves, we're going to have to go into them, we're going to figure out what ore is in them. There's no longer the flat nodes where you can just go bust a rock and figure out what kind of ore is there. I'm assuming by exploring we can bust rocks maybe still inside the caves and find out what kind of ore is inside. Those might only yield iron and lead though, so we'll have to play around with that and figure that out. And we'll get, like I said, we'll get to all that as we play the game, because we're going to need all that really, really quickly to just get our bases set up and defend ourselves from the Vambies. Alright, so hunting and meat. Harvesting animals for meat, etc. has now changed. Players need to now carry or transport their carcasses to the new butcher table and butcher said animals. Chickens and birds do not require the butcher table. Players can carry the animals, but their walk speed is much reduced as if they were overweight. The best way to transport them is to use the log cart or the truck. Note for my players who don't like blood and stuff, gore and blood when butchering can be disabled in the game settings. Alright, so here's a screenshot. This is a log cart with a goat on it. Then we've got a raccoon laying here on the ground, and then the new butcher table with a pig on it. There's a sheep on the back of the truck. And then we've got a wolf, and then we've got the bloody butcher table working. This is going to be awesome, guys. I can't wait to get into this. Alright, so the butcher table. The butcher table allows animals to be broken down for meat and other resources. With the increased time and effort involved in hunting / gathering meat, the meat / item yield per animal has been increased. Below is a table with yield per butchered animal. The crafting recipe for the table is 10 iron ingots. And then right here, here's a chart. We'll pause here for a second in case anybody's curious about the ratios of the meat that you get back per butcher, per animal type. New animals. We have chickens and goats. Chickens will spawn anywhere on the map and will serve as a good protein source since fish are no longer in every lake, and butchering animals will not be so easy in the first few days. Yields 2 times raw chicken pieces and 2 times eggs. Goats have no unique harvestable items currently, but milk will be added in the near future. Yields 2 times fat, 1 times liver, 6 times bones, 1 times hide, 12 times meat. So here's a chicken chilling on the goat. And then here's the chicken, another chicken just chilling on the ground. As always, the graphics in this game are really, really good looking and beautiful. So moving on from there, new foods. The in-game Itempedia has been updated with the stats of the new foods. Out of the game, the official Infected Wiki will also detail these changes once it's been updated. Raw chicken harvested from chickens, cooked chicken, egg, raw liver. All butchered animals yield 1 liver. Cooked liver, raw bacon harvested from boars. Cooked bacon, bacon pie mix crafted on the prep table. Bacon pie cooked from the bacon pie mix on a pan on the stove. So then here's a screenshot of the new items. So this will be the liver, the cooked liver. Here's chicken, cooked chicken, egg, the new bacon pie recipe. Some bacon on the table. We always need bacon. Well, what's that one meme? Just rub some bacon on it. Alright, moving on. Whole fish and drying rack. You can now add whole fish to the drying rack. This will extend the whole fish perish time, and they can be harvested into chunks of dried fish. Item outline. Small stone, sticks, ores, and things of that nature will now glow when under or behind tall foliage. So as you can see here, it's like a lot of the other survival games. You can actually see it when you're near it. Other additions and changes. Added, when butchering animals, players will get bloody hands and risk getting food poisoning when eating food. Players can now wash their hands in lakes, bodies of water, or from their flask. Added, food poisoning. New icon will appear bottom left when a player has food poisoning. The remedy is simple. Eat a potato or an egg to remove the food poisoning state. If a player has food poisoning, their vital stats will reduce twice as fast. Change. Food's upgrade stats have changed. By that, I mean the max stats of health, for example. Previously eating most foods, they would increase these values. Below is a chart of what foods increase what stats. So we're just going to pause here for a second. So you know he's already done one major overhaul on how you get your health and stamina maxed out. And now it's changed again. So you're going to have to eat more food. You're going to have to hunt more. You're going to have to grow more, harvest more, and make more advanced foods to get those stats up. All right, and then maybe one of the biggest updates we've all been asking for since day one. Foliage clipping removal. Before and after image below. So foliage should no longer come through our foundations. So I can't wait to see that, because that's one thing that's bothered people on videos, and why a lot of us turn our foliage down is to keep it from coming through the foundations of what we build so that the buildings look nicer. Now with this, we can actually build and still enjoy the graphics being on max. Alright, so change. Can now place animals into the cart. Reduced animal spawn rate. Animals would sometimes walk, run in strange rotations, sometimes hovering over the land. Large backpack now requires 4 croc skins, 8 previously. Whole fish perish time increased to 4 hours. Poke and throw spear animations have been changed. Can't wait to see that. Hunting tutorial quests changed to reflect changes to how animals are harvested. Removed plastic requirement from rations and added 2 eggs. Water basin mesh changed. When he says mesh, by the way, guys, that just means the graphic, the way it looks. So water basin mesh changed to wood instead of iron. Now requires wood planks to build it. The map now has very few lakes, and I think these will now be very useful to players, unlike the iron version. Collision removed from storage stands, example log stands. Now this is very important for you guys that like to cheese the game. Collision removed from the storage stands. So where you're protecting your bases using log stands, that will no longer work. Vambies and animal AI will no longer be blocked by those items. So we're not going to be able to trap them inside of log cages and everything else like we used to do. So now we're going to have to actually defend ourselves. Now here's the new water basin if you want to take a look at that. And in the final notes, added a 7th town, 2 new tech blueprints. New tech power technology junction box. New tech oil pump technology. New tutorial quest called Water to teach new players about how to gather water if no lake or other water source is close. Croc footstep sounds in the swamp water. And the zoomable map. Alright guys, so I hope you're as excited as I am to get back into this game, into the Infected. It is still, or currently $13.99 on Steam for the new players on my channel that haven't played this game before. It's an interesting game. It is single player. Multiplayer is not on the roadmap yet. There's a lot of people asking for it because a lot of people like to play survival games with their friends. But currently that is not on the map. There's no co-op and no multiplayer. It's a question that's asked all the time. The dev is interested in it, but he wants to build a full solid game. So just kind of think of Green Hell, where it started off single player for years and for a very, very long time, and eventually it came. So I'm not going to say it's coming. He hasn't confirmed it's coming. I just know that the community wants it, and usually devs give it to the community eventually. But he still has to develop the storyline of the game and everything else. But like I said, the first thing he's after is a solid foundation of a game before he starts adding in more stuff. So anyways, guys, I'm going to get back in the game. We're going to start a new series. On version 12, we'll start like we always do. The first 3 or 4 episodes will be like tutorial for new players to help them out. And then from there, we'll just keep building up our base, our city, whatever we decide to do this time. As you saw in the previous videos, we've built castles, we've built massive churches, we've built entire villages, we've built giant craft houses. We will not be playing with Vambies turned off. They will be on the whole time. We'll play in full default settings. We'll go over that on the episode 1, of course. We will be getting attacked a lot. We will probably suffer some, which is how it's made to play. And we will not use God mode, developer mode, or any of that stuff where we just auto build. We won't do any of that. I can promise you that. Everything will be done properly as if you're playing the game. So I hope to see you there on that. As always, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Leave any comments or questions below. And we're going to see that new video should drop today or tomorrow, shortly after this one. So thanks for watching, guys. And I'll catch you in the game.